Hello and welcome. Thank you all for being here. This is new step on this channel. If you've been following, we've had some changes around here, but I now it's just me. Instead of doing movie reviews, I'm gonna be doing interviews. And if you are new to the channel, I'm Arda Icky. This is After the Weekend, and this is Tonight with R2. And I am joined by a wonderful guest, a good friend of the channel, and excited to have him on as my first guest for this show series. And let me bring him on here. Joker Voice, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, it has been too long. It's been way too long. So
I
good
know.
to see you again. I'm just looking at the chat. I got little Spidey in there. What's up, kiddo? The missus is in there. Alaska Jeff, who actually did some work for one of my logos. So good stuff in here.
He does good work. And yep, there's the missus. And little Spidey, there he is.
What's up, buddy?
Yep. Sadly, he had that shirt of yours, but he is grown out of it.
Well, we have new shirts.
I was going to say, now, are they as racy as some of your previous shirts?
No.
Okay.
What we have up now, we have the standard Joker Voice logo, and we also have Wednesday night is overbooked merchandise as well.
That's very nice. Very nice. I like it.
Mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, mouse pads. And if you go to my channel, there's a link in all of my videos. The guys over at Mix Tees do that stuff. So also you guys there.
I do have your the link to your channel in the description of the episode. So yes, definitely check that out when you get a chance. I was just gonna say, little Spidey is he's 11 now. He's 5'3", and he wears a size 9 men's. So he's
what?
He is a big kid.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. He's now taller than mom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yep. And
hey, JT.
How's it going? Again, thank you for being my first guest for this. I'm so excited. The whole format, it's going to be having friends on, and then hopefully I can meet some new people, but just to hear about what is your favorite movies, what are your favorite shows, and just to hear people talk about what they love. It's always fun and enjoyable, but also too, it's great to hear about maybe things that you're not familiar with or you haven't checked out before or even heard of, and something, just new content is always great. And you certainly have some of that here. I can't wait to talk to you about that. But I was gonna say, before we get into that, let's find out about you and your channel and who you are and what do you do. I should know you shared a little bit of that there with some of your merch.
Yes. So going on a little over 3 years now, almost 4, with the channel. Started off doing pop culture reviews, a little social commentary, much in the same vein as Gary over at Nerd Roddick, Geeks and Gamers, Drinker. That's what kind of drew me in, the Midnight's Edges of the YouTube world. I got to a point to where I don't like to watch stuff just to hate on it, just to find stuff to rip it apart. And I've always had a love of professional wrestling. I've been watching it since WrestleMania 1, and we're about to hit WrestleMania 42 next year. So I've been watching it for a big chunk of my life. And so I started the show with someone else, and it was called something else, and then we morphed it into Wednesday night is overbooked. Overbooked is a wrestling term where there's just a bunch of folks running in, and it's just a big organized chaos, which is kind of what most of our shows are. really. And it has morphed into something that is, we're starting to get like regulars in our chats and whatnot. So we're starting to build a little community here. But yeah, that's pretty much all I talk about now, because you can go through movie seasons where there's nothing to watch. So what content are you going to make? Wrestling, there's never an off season at all. It's going 24. It's going all the time. So
Yeah.
I'm never at a loss for stuff to talk about.
I was just gonna say though, I didn't realize I was a year older than WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I watched it with my brother. So I mean, for me, it's when I think of wrestling, I think of Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Roddy Piper, Ultimate Warrior, Ric Flair.
Some of the greats.
Yeah, and actually too, I even got to see. I don't know. I wasn't a WrestleMania, but it was kind of more towards the beginning of WCW. So kind of when WWF had ended, and wasn't it the Wolfpack was a group? I saw this at Oakland Arena, and my dad shared it with two other guys. We actually had a luxury box at a time at Oakland Arena, and so we got to you came in and you left. We're like, yeah, I want to say it was on a Wednesday night. I feel like, or maybe it was the weekend.
It was probably being taped for. It was
okay.
Probably being taped for Thursday night, like Thunder or something. It was probably a taping you went to.
Yeah. I mean, my brother was super into it, and like I said, I didn't know who anybody was. I mean, it was really neat to see. Mainly just because you could see a lot of things that you couldn't It was interesting to see the guys doing the commentary. All of their scripts were all on red paper, so it couldn't be photocopied, which I thought was really interesting. It just little things like that was neat. But when we left, we were walking right past Rey Mysterio in normal clothing, and I just thought it was funny.
Short.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rey Mysterio came up to my shoulders. little guy.
Right.
But yeah. I like I said, liked it when I was real little, and then it just things changed. I do remember though the action figures that you could pull them back in the ring and launch them at each other. Those were always really cool.
Right.
But no, I think that's a lot of fun that that you guys do that, and it's like you said, that's something that's always going on. There's a smaller league out there. Hey Dempsey, thanks for coming by, bud. And I can't think of the name on it, but I see it. They show it on maybe that's what it is. I was gonna say you can watch it on the Roku channel and the Samsung TV. They show it.
There's also there's AEW that has a deal with the Warner Brothers. They're showed on TNT, TBS. There's the NWA, which is still around for some reason. You got Total Nonstop Action, which is on Apex. They're kind of moving into a new media rights deal. But yeah, WWE, they're kind of all over the place now. You got unless you're in the United States, you've got SmackDown, which is on USA. You got their developmental brand NXT, which is on the CW. And then you got the flagship show Monday Night Raw, that's on Netflix.
Okay. That's right. I have seen that on Netflix, now that you mention it. I totally forgot about that. And then, kind of the other surprising thing, I mean, I know they always had it, but it certainly seems more popular now, is the female wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've seen you guys comment quite a bit on that, and there certainly seems to be, don't want to say like in the past that they didn't take it seriously, but it seemed
Well, they
like it was a
didn't.
lot more though. Like they had very attractive women, and it
Right.
was,
It was more models.
yeah, it was more models really than wrestling. But like the little I've seen, like, man, they do some brutal stuff. So it's
Oh
pretty
yeah.
impressive. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, by one of my favorites, and probably the best in-ring talent the WWE has, is a little 5'1" Japanese girl. She's amazing.
Yeah, I think I know you're talking about. And then there's
Io
another.
Sky. Her name's Io.
Yeah, but there's another. If I heard the name, I would know who you're talking about. I can't think of it, but she's kind of goth looking. That's the best way I would describe it.
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley. That's right. Yeah, is the other. It
Mommy.
seems to be the other popular one. So
She's like 5'8", 5'9".
that's tall for a girl. But no, that's cool. Yeah, definitely. If you are a fan, check these guys out on Wednesday night. I do, every now and then I'll pop in. I hear you guys talking, but I'm like, it's Greek to me. I'm sorry.
Right, and that's fine. But really, all pro wrestling is, I'm just doing what I did before. I'm commenting on storytelling. This is just another medium of telling stories.
Well, I say if you're having fun doing it, that's all that matters at the end of the day with this. But no, that's very, very cool. And glad you guys are doing so well over there and having a great time. Left Eye Ego, he's another just really good guy. Love him.
He is a character.
He is. Him and his wife too are very cute. I always get a kick out of their
She was hilarious. She was hilarious.
She is. Yeah, well, side note, if you follow them on Instagram, they did their anniversary photos.
Stop it.
Oh my gosh. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
They're adorable.
If you know, you know.
You know. If you know, you know. But that's great. Well, we're going to get into our first segment, and that is 10 rapid questions. So I'm going to give you 10 questions. The whole point is just to answer as quickly as possible. Don't think too much about it. So just whatever your genuine question is there. And I am ready when you are.
Let's do it.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite food?
Cajun.
Favorite drink?
Mountain Dew.
Europe or Japan?
Oh wow, I've never been to.
I guess I'll propose it to you this way: old world, or kind of, it's not, Japan's not new world, but technology, right? All
I mean, I could go to. I mean, as far as the band I'm loving right now is from Tokyo. Some of my favorite wrestlers are from Tokyo, but I would love to go to London and take the Doctor Who tour around London. But let's go Japan.
All right. Did it click over to the next one? Hang on. There we go. Hawaii or Australia?
Hawaii.
Why?
Australia is designed to have you killed. So no.
Yeah. All right. I picked these photos just for you, by the way. Chris Pratt or Henry Cavill?
Pratt.
Yeah, so you don't have to. It's not like you have to marry him. Gina Carano or Sydney Sweeney?
Can I have both?
You got to pick one.
I mean, is there a wrong answer here?
No, there's no wrong answer.
I mean, they're both great. I'm more partial to blondes, so Sydney.
Okay. A lightsaber or a proton pack?
Lightsaber.
Okay. First thing you'd buy if you had $1 million?
A car. A nice one.
All right. And then this next one, this is a, it's the marry, delete, or smash. Okay. You ever heard that choice? But it's a little bit different twist. So you'll see it here. Keep, change, or delete their career. and your choices are Kathleen Kennedy, Alex Kurtzman, and Kevin Feige. So one you have to keep their career, one you can you could change their career, and one you would delete their career from ever existing. You don't have to go into detail of those things. Just who would you pick for those three categories?
I'll keep Kevin where he's at.
Okay.
Of the three, he's the least offensive. Change Kurtzman to a barista at Starbucks.
Well, no, you would change their career in Hollywood. You could adjust it or correct it. Let's put it that way.
Well, yeah, he would be.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you.
Work at Starbucks now in Hollywood.
Okay, I got.
That's fine.
All right, I get you. All good. It's I think I can
just and Kathleen delete
her. All right. Well, very good. Those were rapid questions, so a lot of fun. None of it means anything. Like I said, it's just more just to see everybody's reaction to certain things and just to see how hard they'll think on certain things and how easily they'll answer others.
Gotcha.
So,
and yes, and yes, Jeff, you're right. She did start out with getting coffee. Probably got asked to go get coffee one too many times for during the thought process of the Raiders of the Lost Ark, and that's where she lost it.
Well, I did kind of run through them with my family earlier just to see how they would react. So I was like, well, I think these will go off good, but I'm like, maybe I should test these. And they're like, why Europe and Japan? And like I said, I was just like, I was thinking like old world and then like newer stuff. And then, Australia is a big island where, everything will kill you. And Hawaii is a little island where not so much things will kill you. So,
no. and I have been to Hawaii twice. So I would love to go back.
I know what you mean. It's a great place to visit. But
the more I hear about Australia, I'm like, no, I never need to go.
Don't need to wake up and there's like a spider that could, just bite you and just end you in 5 seconds.
Right. Or and we all know how I am with stuff with lots of legs. So
yeah.
Damn scorpions.
Well, don't worry, I don't have any scorpion footage for you this time.
Oh, thank God. Thank you.
Yeah. But we're well. The next part is the meat and potatoes of the show here, and we're gonna get into your top. And we won't even just say top, but your 3 favorite movies, your 3 favorite shows. These are not set in stone because things can always change. But
right.
I can't wait to hear you talk about these. So without further ado, we'll start off with just kind of the order that you gave them.
Oh, such a great film. This is a film, guys, this is like 29, I want to say 2019, 2021-ish, right in that time frame.
Is it that old of a film? I feel like this came out just like 2 years ago.
I want to say a little longer. This is also Robert Eggers, which I'm loving his work. He did a film called The Witch. He also did the most recent Nosferatu film. This is an absolute masterpiece. This is the story of Prince Amleth from Norway, which was the basis that Shakespeare used to write Hamlet. So if you take Amleth, which is spelled Amletf, take the H and just put it in front, it's Hamlet.
I had no idea. I heard about this movie and I thought it was just an original story. I didn't know it was historical.
And you've got one of the Skarsgårds, the oldest son. You've got Ethan Hawke there, who even in a small role is just amazing. Anna Taylor-Joy is a phenomenal actress. Actually, you got Nicole in there, who's probably the weakest part of this film. She's had so much plastic surgery and everything. Sometimes she'll turn and her face doesn't quite move with the camera and whatnot. So, I mean,
I know what you mean. Just real quick side note: did you watch? I think it was on Amazon, but she played Lucille Ball.
oh no, I did not watch.
That was an interesting film. I actually say that is worth watching because it's the behind the scenes of Lucy. You know, that's interesting. Gotcha. And all I have to say is, it makes me wonder: did Lucille Ball drop that many F-bombs in real life?
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. But yeah, this is a story of a young prince whose father was killed by his uncle. I mean, if you know the story of Hamlet, you know the story.
Sure.
And it is just excellently played. The cinematography is amazing. The acting is superb. And it really made me chuckle when this film came out. You had some of the blue-haired land whales were going, excuse me, this film is not very diverse. I'm like, it's 10th century Norway. There wasn't a lot of diversity in Norway then. There's not a lot of diversity in Norway now. No. So, yeah, absolutely highly recommend this film. It is just one of the best. If you're a fan of just movies as an art form, this is definitely a film to watch.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'd heard of it and I hadn't watched it. I for a while over on Salty Nerd, they were talking about this is the Viking show. Now I can't think about it. And this was
Vikings.
Yeah, was it Vikings?
No, not Vikings. It was something else. I think it was the show. It was the show C or something. They were talking about that show, and they were talking about another one.
Yeah, because but there was another one that because it was like it was weird. It was though something from Norway, and it was like this. It was weird. It was like dark humor is like the best way you would describe it. I remember watching a little bit of it, and I remember them talking about. Yeah, they were talking about this movie coming out as well. And I do remember the previews of it, and it was real interesting. I just didn't get around to see it, but now you talk about it, it does. It makes me like, oh, nah, now I think I got to check this out. And by the way, I should have just mentioned this before we got into it. I really enjoyed all your picks, mainly just because they were so unique, and not to knock anybody, but but like it wasn't like, well, you picked a Star Wars film and you picked an MCU film. You genuinely picked a diverse group of films. Yes. I felt like so. Yeah.
Well, so for this, I wanted to just like movies that these are films that if I was to see this film on TV, I'm going to stop and watch it. I'm going to drop everything I'm doing, and I'm going to watch it. And it doesn't matter where I am in the film. It's amazing from start to finish. Whereas like a Marvel film, I've seen so many and I've seen them so many times. I can just it's like background noise to me.
Yeah. No, I get you. But yeah, no, I think this was a good pick, and yeah, I was excited to hear you talk about. Like I said, I didn't know any of those things about it, so that's awesome. And then I say, just when you're ready to go to the next one, you just let me know, and we'll flip over to it.
Let's go.
All right.
Go. Best film of 2023. I don't care what anyone says. This film was phenomenal. Phenomenal. First time I saw this film, I saw it in a theater, which I'm lucky. Which my movie theaters are still in casinos. We have matinees for like $6 or less. So I'm lucky in that sense. I had to go back and I went back and watched it again. I watched it twice and I didn't mind paying twice. I'm like, I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch it again. And when it finally came out on Netflix, the weekend it came out, I watched it like 4 times. I love this film. The premise, this is post World War. This is right at the tail end of the World War II. Japan has already surrendered, and after the atomic bombs have dropped, they got set to zero. So there are still a few Japanese pilots, the kamikaze pilots, who still have missions, and a pilot chickens out. He is like, I don't want to die. So he lands on a repair strip, and he's flustered or whatever, and the crew is working on the plane, and the crew that's working on the plane kind of puts this together like, you're a traitor. This plane is designed to fail because it's a kamikaze. And so the night before they're gonna like call the government and have them brought in, this giant lizard just wrecks their entire camp. And that's the first you see of it. And it looks like something from Jurassic Park. And then you fast forward a few years, and Tokyo is starting to rebuild. There's still like these little shanty towns, whatnot. And this branded a coward becomes an actual man, because there's someone who he generally cares for comes into his life with a child who becomes his daughter, and he has a family now, and he becomes integral because when Godzilla shows up, Tokyo was at zero. Godzilla sets him back even further. So now it's -1 is where Tokyo is at after this attack. And it's in Japanese. I don't care. It's the story is so good. It's a great human story. The effects are amazing. I'll let you. I mean, if you watched it, let me know your thoughts.
I did. I have seen this one. I've only seen it once. Tongue-tied once. And this is actually one I want to show to the kiddo. He's finally kind of gotten to the age I've been able to show him films out of like the usual stuff that he watches, and he's really enjoyed a lot of what I've showed him. But you're right. This movie was made for like $10-12 million. And
American.
Yeah, American.
Which in Japanese, this is a much higher number in Japan.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, special effects are like top notch for something of that. I mean, you might go like, there's like one or two moments where you're like, maybe that could have been a little bit better, but it's negligible. Right. Anything negative about it. And it is a period movie, which is really, really great. I mean, I really enjoyed that. Like you said, how it is essentially takes place at the tail end of World War II, and then a couple of years after that. And yeah, I mean, Japan is just trying to rebuild and get back to normal, essentially. And then, yeah, when you first see Godzilla too, I mean, he's only like 40 feet tall. I mean, it's big. Right. But, I mean, in comparison for Godzilla, it's not that huge. And then not only that, I mean, I'm a 2A guy, so I know a fair amount about firearms and history. But like even back then, like Japan's like weapons that they had, and compared to like the US, like they were not that great. So like
No,
they're fighting this with like not the greatest stuff in the world too.
nope.
Um, but yeah, phenomenal. And you can watch it. Yeah, you can watch it in subtitled, or you can watch it dubbed. I almost say probably like the first time you watch it,
Subtitles,
it's
I'd go
it's
with.
probably worth. Well, I was gonna say the first time to watch it dubbed, and I think the second time around, watch it subtitled. Um,
And there was one scene. It's when Godzilla first attacks. So the city he attacks, and the guy knows that his uh, girlfriend, because they're not married, has a job in that city. So he's going there to find her. They find each other. Godzilla hits his nuclear breath, and the shockwave. You're expecting them to like hide in the corner and be safe. No, she gets swept away, and it's just oh no.
yeah,
I was just the emotional drop that you get, and the look on his face is just oh. Again,
uh,
the human elements of this story. It's again, you could watch it dubbed or subtitled. You don't need to understand the language to understand the emotions that everyone is going through.
yeah. Well, the reason I would say watch it dubbed the first time is because then you're able to kind of focus on everything, and then the second
Right.
time around, now you've seen some stuff. It's not as bad reading things, and then you're trying to watch at the same time.
Right.
But in this scene too, right here in this picture where they're in the boat and just
Mind sweeping. Yeah, they're doing the
the
mind
mind
sweeping.
sweeping and but the fins come up. It's such a great moment.
Yes.
Yeah. No, this is if you haven't seen it, definitely check this out on Netflix. This is I
A
mean,
must see.
everybody who that did see it and talked about it online, I mean, everybody that I know loved it. I've only talked to one person that was like, I was kind of bored with it. And that was just one person, and weren't like they hated it. They just said, I just got a little bored with it. And so that's the only negative thing I've heard.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I agree. If you like monster movies, this is great. And I love that it's a period movie too, which I think it's a lot of fun.
Yep.
So if you're, no, that's very true. But if you're ready, you want to go on to the next one. The next one,
Let's do it.
very much surprised me. I can't wait to hear you tell me about this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Love this film. Absolutely love this film. This film is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And I was not a Shrek fan, but I had heard a review of this from Critical Drew Rinker, and he praised this movie to no end. And I'm like, wow, maybe I should check this out. It was on Peacock, and it's an amazing story. It operates in the Shrek universe, but it has nothing really to do with Shrek. So this is Puss and his friends Kitty and the dog, and they're going. The thing is, there is the last wish. It's the when you wish upon a star. Well, that star has fallen to Earth. So now they're in this quest because there's a magical map that will take you to that star to make the final wish. So you got Goldilocks and the three bears there. And Goldie has a sub story where, she wants to have a normal family. And then there's the bears who are like, you want to leave us? And Goldie's like, well, you guys are great, but I'm not a bear. And so you got this family family dynamic going on, which again, if you've had a family in ever, you can relate to some of these dynamics that are going on. And then you've got the amazing voice talent of Antonio Banderas as Puss in Boots, and then you've got Salma Hayek as Kitty. I could listen to those two read a phone book, and it's amazing.
You can listen to him read the back of a shampoo bottle.
Yes. And they play off each other so well. And this goes back to their days in like Desperado, the Once Upon a Time in Mexico. So these two already have a chemistry that is it's infectious. And I forget the guy, the actor who does the voice of the dog. Yeah. And then, but Puss, the main story is Puss has used up 8 of his lives. So he wants to find the wishing star to get his lives back. So he's down to 1, and those 2 eyes in like above his hat brim, that's a wolf, and it's death. Death is coming for Puss in Boots.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, so Puss is dealing with his own mortality here, because if you've seen the other Shrek films, he's very cavalier. He's goes in with reckless abandon, and there's a point in the film where Puss is genuinely scared, and he's panting, and he can barely hold on. And this dog, who is so annoying, he's adorable, has enough presence to be a dog. As you being a dog owner, a dog will know to just put their head on your lap and just be like, it's okay, I got you. And it's a beautiful little moment for this film. And coming from an animated film, I did not expect to be this wowed by this film. And this film was supposed to go directly to streaming, but Universal said, let's toss it out there at Christmas time. Let's just see how it does. It was made for like it had like $132 million. It grossed almost 600 million. So massive success. Cannot say enough good things. Yes. Perrito, yes. And so I cannot say enough good things about this film. Again, if it's on, if I see it, I'm stopping. I'm watching the rest of it.
Yeah, like I said, I was extremely surprised when you picked this, and I was like, "What did you pick?" So I was like, "Well, I got to hear it." I'm like, "I'm sure you've got a very good reason behind it,"
Yep.
And it does. And now I'm like, "Well, now I want to watch this." And yeah, I mean I want to say I've seen, because I think they did like 4 or 5 Shrek films, but
yeah,
the first 2 or 3 are, I mean, I've seen, I think, they were good, and we were good with Shrek then. I mean, with the Shrek movies, they kind of did like what they did with Toy Story, where it was a movie that had things that would entertain kids, but it was really made for adults.
Yeah, true.
And those always seem to be the best types of animated films. And so, yeah, now I want to watch Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. So that's great. I love it. I am not familiar with who the actor he said that plays the dog, though. Harvey.
Neither am I really, but
yeah. I don't know. I have to look that all up. And then Dempsey says the death character has a very actually menacing presence.
Yes.
Score on point, very confident.
Yeah, the score was good too.
Yeah, very good. But yeah, I mean, when Antonio Banderas showed up in I think it was the second Shrek film, or maybe it was the third. I can't remember which of the two.
I am Puss in Boots.
Well, the best part was they did the cops montage, and they pulled catnip out of his like boot. And he's like, no, it's not mine.
No, it's not mine.
So yeah, no, I again like phenomenal. I love that everything was so different in all your choices, and that was just exciting to see. And it does. Like, I mean, I've seen one of the three, but it not only makes me want to watch Godzilla -1 again.
Right.
But I now I do. I'm gonna have to check out The Northman, and I'm definitely gonna have to check out Puss in Boots. And
well, and then we talked about one in the back right before we went on, and I just remembered, and we can talk about a little bit because I know you and Jay, because I know you and JT were very, very high on this film as well, and that comes out from a film out from India, and that was RRR.
Yeah,
phenomenal film.
It
phenomenal.
It absolutely phenomenal. You know, I mean, that really all kind of spread, it seems like, from Chris Gore.
Correct. Yes.
At least kind of in our, you know, grand scheme of our community.
Yes.
But yeah, that was such a phenomenal film, and almost did kind of have like everything. There certainly were moments where it was like, it's ridiculous, but it works, you know. I mean, it was just, it's the adventure of
film.
It's a Bollywood film, but it's a, you know, it is like, you know, right? I mean, it's a journey, it's an adventure. I mean, there's so much going on. You know, you kind of laugh at it, but it's still it's not like where you're like it ruins the film any of like,
no, not at all,
some of the odd things. And
the fact that it's about two actual historical figures, and again like with Godzilla, this is also a period piece as well.
Yeah.
It is pre-independent India.
Yeah. And well, I mean, it's one of those things where too, like, you kind of go, that was like a movie that had something for everybody in it, because it did. It had comedy, it had drama, it had romance, it had musical, you know, moments to it. And
which Nacho?
Yeah, Nacho.
Nacho.
And just the action sequences too. I mean, again, that was something that, and compared to a Hollywood film, the budget on that was, I think, again, very similar to Godzilla -1, and that just, you know, that shows you how much bloat there is in Hollywood.
True story.
You know, and just, you know, again, if you get good people working on a movie, you can create something wonderful with a minimal budget.
Right. And the ending sequence, there is one character in there that doesn't get a lot of the credit, and it's the Indian actress. For one, she's gorgeous.
Yeah,
absolutely stunningly gorgeous. But she's got this heart to her that just kind of draws in everything. Like she becomes kind of the nexus point of the entire film.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I mean, the only kind of tough thing is, though, with RRR is it's
4 hours long.
You have to make a commitment to it, because it is, it's a 4-hour movie. But yeah, that was the highest watch thing we've ever put on the show. And not only did we have to do a show for that, but just like Salty Nerd, we had to do a comment episode because we got so much comments from it. It was great, and we loved it. And you know, that was a lot of fun too. That's definitely something, you know, hopefully in the future, you know, if I can ever capture that again.
I believe that's right.
That'd be great.
I think that's her name.
Yeah. But yes, definitely an honorable mention. If you have not watched RRR, go check that out. I think it still is on Netflix. And
Correct. It is.
Yeah, that is a great film. But yes, all great choices. I love this. I loved hearing about all this new stuff.
Thank you.
And the shows too. You've got again some
range.
interesting choices
range.
there too. So we'll get into that here now.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Season 1. If I was to give it a score out of 10, it's an 8. It's an 8. Absolutely an 8. A show that really, if it's now, I say that because if this show does not have the performance of Jenna Ortega as the Wednesday, it's a standard CW show. I mean, this is how much she elevates this show. So season 1, it's really focused on her. And her new. Okay, so there's the character of the Wednesday, and she's obviously drawn inspiration from the Addams Family and Addams Family Values films with Christina Ricci, who was actually a part of this season in another role. So that's a great resource for her to play off of. And then you get the season 2, which I was just on with Pops not too long ago. And we did a commentary on the second half of season 2. And the progression of the friendship with Wednesday and Enid, and you added in this new character from Nevermore called Agnes, who from the moment I saw her, I absolutely loved her. She is just slightly unhinged, a little twisted, and I'm like, bring me more of this, please. But you get some callbacks in season 2 from season 1, where Enid, as they become roommates, is asking, why do you always have black? And the Wednesday says, I'm allergic to color. Well, there's a episode in season 2 where a spell backfires and their bodies switch. So Enid is in Wednesday's the body, and she puts on her clothes, and she wears pinks and blues and pastels, and all of a sudden she is like, she starts like itching and she's got hives. She's like, oh my God, she really is allergic to color. And
that's great.
Season 2, I would give a 7 out of 10. The family dynamic, there's a few moments where you could have really gone full Addams family, as what we know from the original TV series and the 2 films, where they kind of had an opportunity to go there and they didn't. And so you could call that some modernization, which really kind of hurts season 2 in some ways. But again, the performance of Jenna and then Emma in this, as well as Wednesday and Enid, is worth the watch. It's fun. And at the end, there's this, you see where Wednesday has, at least from the films and in the series, she's very standoffish, very aloof, I don't need anyone really. You can see that she's truly cares about her friend Enid, and that there's not a romantic, but there's a genuine friendship love that they have, and how this thing grows. And it is wonderful.
I have seen a few episodes of the first season, but I haven't watched it all. But Mrs. R2 and little Spidey love this show.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah, they're big fans of it. So, and I like I said, I don't think it's terrible. It's just not necessarily my thing, but I do know, yeah, a lot of people really like it a lot. And um, I remember kind of there was a lot of when it got announced, it was like they're gonna make what and they're gonna do what, and they're like,
I was sold. I was sold from the from the trailer. I was
um,
sold.
well, but before all that happened, when they were just talking about it, there was a
Right.
lot of there was a lot of people that were skeptical of it. I do
Right.
kind of like though that in terms of the look of everybody and the casting, they kind of went. It almost seems more like the comic strip, right? With everybody,
Correct. Yes.
the family being Hispanic,
Hmm.
and the fact that they got Jenna Ortega, and then the fact that they did make the whole family, I kind of like that as opposed to, well, they just hired one girl that was Hispanic, and then everybody else was white or
Right.
something like that. I like that they did make that consistency, and I cannot think of his name right now, but the dad who's plays Gomez, I think, is great because if you do see the cartoon
Right.
strip,
As
it's
far as
that's
as
actually a great. It was a great
right,
choice.
the performance and the writing. I mean, the writing of Gomez is suspect. But that's just something that, from what I know, the characterization from Raul and John Aston, this is a complete depart, departure from that, and it's at times it's a little off putting, but he's not in the show enough to take away from the thing.
Yeah, I once you said waiting, all I could think of was Batwing.
Yeah.
I'll see if Dempsey gets that reference. Well, like I said, just in terms of look, but yeah, man, it is tough to top Raul Julia
It
as
is.
Gomez. I mean, like, just what that is just somebody where I just go like,
He was
he
he
lost.
was such he was such a presence. He was suave, debonair. He had a swagger to him, which is just something that this Gomez misses.
Yeah, no, the charisma of Raul Julia is it's untouchable. He is just so unique, and um, somebody was talking about, I forget, I almost want to say, was it Lily 300 Mirrors or was it Horror Amarata had posted, I want to say it was today or it was yesterday, that Raul Julia on Broadway had played Dracula. Like, how amazing would
I
that
believe it. I
been
believe
to have
it.
watched, though, you know?
It would have been
Um,
great.
yeah. And, well, yeah, that's right. He was M. Bison in Street Fighter. That, though, is
Right.
tragic because he was
That was
fighting,
his last role. Right.
well, he was fighting cancer, and a lot of people didn't know, and they said like he was so professional and gave his all, and he was probably just in extreme pain,
Dying.
but he
I mean, just
dying.
really
Yeah,
dying inside. Yeah.
yeah. And
And you
again, just
and then you also have John Aston from the original series, who's this wide-eyed, just intensity. And again, this Gomez misses.
yeah, he was definitely right. You would almost kind of right. He was the kooky Gomez,
Right.
is the best way to describe him, and it's amazing he is still alive.
I know.
That's
Crazy.
just does he show up in the show at all?
No.
No.
You got let's see, you got Christina Ricci, Christopher Lloyd shows some of this. So again, you've got the Burton aspects to it.
Okay. Burton, or wasn't that Barry Sonnenfeld who did those?
Yes, but the Burton has worked with Ricci and
Oh yeah, that's
what
right. It's the Sleepy Hollow.
great film. Another great
Yeah,
film.
I remember watching that in the theaters. I don't these days. I don't get to. I mean, one, there's so few things to go watch in the theaters, but
Right.
even like when you're married and you're a dad and everything, you don't get to sneak away like I used to when I was single. And,
Right.
Just like when you were talking about, like, I went to go watch Godzilla twice in a row. I was like, man, I miss those days.
Right.
But very, very cool. You ready to go on to the next one, or did you have anything else to add with the?
Let's do it.
All right.
Oh. Ooh. Arcane. Specifically season 1. Series from Netflix based on the League of Legends. The video game. Best part about this is I'm not a gamer. I don't know this world. Best part of I don't have to. That is the best part about this series. For one, the animation is absolutely stunning. Absolutely gorgeous animation. You've got estranged sisters, both from, you've got this very much a class system in this city, the rich, affluent, who are working with science and magic. And then you've got the slums where these two sisters are from. And it's like a bit of a class warfare thing. One, Vi, who the pink hair, who's voiced by Haley Steinfeld, is on the side of like, let's, try to keep the peace. Let's all be, let's work. Oh, I love Jinx. We're gonna make our presence known, but we're gonna do this the right way, through the right channels. We're gonna make this thing happen. She ends up she gets arrested, and she becomes like influential with the hierarchy and the law enforcement in the upper town. And then you have her sister Jinx, who goes the complete other way. She gets involved with a crime boss. She becomes his heavy. She is a weapons expert, very unhinged. And you get this dynamic of where they want to be sisters, but they just can't. They're too far gone. And especially the turmoil of Jinx in her mind. I mean, if you truly like the character arc of Harley Quinn, Jinx is Harley Quinn, just slowly just losing her grip on reality and becoming this own little world that she's made in her head.
Haley Steinfeld voices Jinx?
No. Haley Steinfeld did the voices Vi.
Vi, okay, the red hair one, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then who does Jinx's voice?
I don't know.
Oh, no, okay, no problem.
But especially season 1 is excellent. Absolutely excellent. Season 2, they bring in like a spiritual aspect to it, and the plot gets muddled a bit. But if you like 3D animation, absolutely, this is an absolute banger series. And the MC, this could have very easily gone the girl boss route. It doesn't. These two main characters, they make mistakes. There's consequences for their mistakes.
Yeah, when I saw this, I was very surprised because the time that I've known you, you are not a gamer. You've got no interest in games. And so when I saw this, I was like, why is he watching a show that's based off of a game? But
again, it came from a recommendation. It came from a recommendation of the video I watched from Critical Drinker. the first two words was "fuck yes," and I'm like, oh, okay. And again, he is about again the girl boss things. He is like allergic to that, and I'm like, okay, I need to see this now.
Yeah. Well, when I told Mrs. R2 you were coming on, I told her what your picks were. And she was like, "Oh, I love Wednesday. Oh, I love Arcane." So yeah, she's a big fan of this as well. I had no idea she had watched it. So
Smart lady.
I definitely, well,
You married well, sir.
She watches everything on Netflix, by the way.
Ah.
I watch Seinfeld on Netflix. You should have it in the background. But yeah, she watches everything on there. And now too, it's one of those things where it's like, all right, I'll have to watch this now. So I'm very, very intrigued by it. And at least, like you said, with season 1, we'll definitely give it a shot. And yeah, I love it. That's great.
Are we ready for the next
Yeah,
one?
and we'll go to the final one. And this, I never even heard of it. I was sold the moment I saw the picture for it.
Oh, Primal. Yes. Gendry Tartakovsky. If you don't know that name, if you're a Star Wars fan, you know of the Clone Wars shorts. Those like little 2-minute short cartoons that they had on Cartoon Network right before the during the prequel times. Well, we'll talk about that. This is the same guy that did those Clone Wars shorts.
Okay.
The greatest thing about this series is it tells an amazing story and there's no dialogue. None. No dialogue at all. It starts off kind of horrific. You've got Spear is the caveman. The dinosaur is named Fang, obviously because of the big pronounced Fang. So it starts off, Spear has got his mate and their child, and they're playing in the grass and whatever. All of a sudden, a T-Rex pops out of nowhere. And the imagery goes from the background is red, the dinosaur is in black, the child is in black, and the child gets flipped up into the air in silhouette, and its eyes get this big. The dinosaur clamps down, and just red comes through the mouth, and I'm like, whoa.
That's dark.
Right, but that's how this series starts. So Spear is on this revenge quest to get this one dinosaur, and almost about halfway through the first episode, Fang is a mom who the same T-Rex does the same thing to her two babies. So these two formless opposites attract odd. They become like this odd couple pairing. They go through adventures, and again, a true friendship forms in this, and it's a wonderful story. And again, it's told with no dialogue. There's like roars and Spear grunts, and that's it. But that's all you need for this thing, and it is absolutely a wonderful story. And animation's great. And again, I can't say enough good things about this. This was on HBO Max, so I think it's still there.
I don't have HBO Max. Now I have to get HBO Max because I want to watch this so bad. Because one, just looking at the art style, it looks phenomenal. And not only that, just when I looked at it, even though it's not the exact same, it makes me think of Kazar and the Savage Land from
Mhm.
Marvel Comics, um, which I love though too. But um, yeah, I'd never ever heard of this show, and like I said, I saw this picture and I'm like, I whatever it is, I am sold. I have to watch this.
It is wonderful. And again, there's kind of a theme that has kind of been, at least with my TV shows, a friendship that just
Mhm.
grows naturally, and from the unlikely of places. And these are just, and again, from every thing that I've chosen here, these are all human stories. You don't have to, quote unquote, see yourself to relate to something in these shows.
Yeah. Well, I feel like so little of entertainment do I ever go like that's me.
Right.
You know, I watch stuff to escape the real world, to get away, to have a
True.
break, to not have to think about necessarily what's going on and just have some enjoyment. And whether that is something of, right, you're watching something with action, drama, suspense, comedy, even horror. I'm not a big horror fan, but just right
Mm.
those times of tension, right? Even like that. And that's probably the most frustrating thing I feel like with today's entertainment is so much of it they're trying to make people see themselves, or they're worried about seeing yourself in these characters. It's like you don't have to do that. The only time where you're ever like, I feel like you ever maybe feel that is like when you're playing a video game, because you're playing as the character
Right.
and you're experiencing that adventure as the character. But um not like when I'm watching something. And
Right. And I mean, a lot of the stuff that I picked is, you don't have to see yourself to get an emotional connection to these characters. There's just something in it's something inherently human that we all share.
yeah, no, I definitely understand what you're saying, and agree. But yeah, man, I love these choices. This is great. This was so much fun, and I absolutely loved it. Thank you for
Oh,
sharing
you're
all that.
welcome.
And I did. I had such a good time hearing about all those, and it is. You've got stuff where I'm like, wow, I'm like, for those things that I haven't seen, I'm like, now I got to check this out. And it's I always like hearing that, hearing things from people, because I feel like I don't necessarily stumble on things on my own like I used to. Just because I'm always like, I don't know if it'll be any good.
Right.
but hearing though somebody go like, I like this, I enjoy this, it is a lot of fun. It's great to hear that, and I'm excited for it. So yeah, and hopefully too, anybody checks this out, same thing. Hopefully
All
they
our
check
must
out some of
sees.
your picks. Yeah. And if you do watch anything that you know that Joker had on his list, share it in the comments. Let's hear what you thought. um I do. Thank you so much. Now, well, now
There
I
you
got to
go.
go get a subscription to HBO Max. Again. So thanks, JV. Now I'm spending more money.
Oh, you're
Um,
welcome.
but
You're welcome.
thank you so much for joining me tonight.
My
I
pleasure.
think we're gonna wrap things up. But before we go, if you want to share with the folks where you're going to be in the upcoming week or next week, and where they can find you again. And like I said, I've got a link to your channel in the description of the video.
Gotcha. So tomorrow at our normal time, we're instead of doing the video about this topic, I wanted to do it as a discussion. So myself and Left Eye Ego, we're going to be discussing something in the WWE, where the company has been doing this experiment with this one talent, and it hasn't worked. And a Hall of Famer is offering a way to maybe salvage this person's career. So we're going to be discussing this individual. That'll be tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time, going till about 7:30-ish with myself and Left Ego and anyone else from the Wednesday Night is Overbooked who wants to show up. Speaking of Wednesday Night is Overbooked, you can catch that Wednesday at 6 p.m. Over on my channel where we talk about myself, Matt, the Unbearable 73, Lawrence Knight, and Duke Devil 95. We talk about what's been going on in the week of pro wrestling, AEW, mostly WWE, as there's a major event going on this Saturday. We'll be discussing that, the fallout from it, and my own channel for the month of September, except for one because I was doing stuff. I've been talking about a certain band that I've been liking of late. It's a little band out of Tokyo, Baby the Metal. Mix heavy metal with Japanese pop. Shouldn't work, but it's amazing.
You'll have to send me a link to that.
Okay. And then you can check my channel out. It's fine.
That's true. Good point.
Or I'll send you some.
What's I mean? Like, send me a song or a couple songs where you're like, I love these ones. You got to listen to it.
Okay, I'll do that. And then normal content, talking about the world of pro wrestling. You can also catch me Thursday with Roman of the Empire over on his channel, talking about a wide array of topics in the world of pop culture. It was a pleasure being your first in this new style for after the weekend. I always liked coming here.
Well, thank you, and again, thanks for coming on. Had a lot of fun, and definitely we'll have to check out what you've shared with us tonight, and we'll definitely have to have you come back again on in the future. So
got it.
But with that, we're going to say goodnight, and I'll see you guys again, hopefully in 2 weeks with my next guest. That's kind of the schedule I'll have, at least for the time being, as just I get into the groove of this. And hopefully, though, I will get onto a every week schedule again. But right now, we're just going to go with every other week. So as soon as I know for sure who my guest is, I will announce it. And I was going to say... should be October 1st. If not, it'll be October 2nd, depending on the guest. So gotcha. You'll have to stay tuned for that. But with that, again, thank you so much and good night.
Toodles.